The Mets lose in 10 innings, 4-3 in Minnesota on Wednesday. They lose the series 2 out of 3. They go 3-3 on the road trip. And you're watching Mets Daily. I'm your host, Jake Brown. Make sure you smash that thumbs up on this video below. Comment, subscribe to Mets Daily. Follow me at Jake Brown Radio. Well, this was a frustrating loss today. Listen, the Mets came back, and I think this team continues to show fight. You saw it in Miami. You thought they were going to lose 2 out of 3 on that Wednesday afternoon game. They came back and won the game. This time they come back down 3-0, a 3-run 8th inning. Electric. Bader robs them of a go-ahead hit after having a couple hits himself, and from the guy that took his job in Tyrone Taylor. There was a terrible missed call that led to the Twins' 3rd run. Who knows if the Mets end up losing this game, if that call gets right. But because the Mets used their challenge earlier, they were out of the challenge. The Mets got to start being careful about their challenges, because they're going to run into a situation with what happened today that's going to hurt them. It's not going to hurt them in April, but there will be a point of the season, if they don't use their challenges right, they might get screwed. And then it happened, the first base umpire, unfortunately, the next inning gets hammered in the head by a foul ball, has to leave the game. So hopefully he's okay, Hunter Wendelstedt. But, man, that was a brutal call on a play that was right in front of him. Budo, complaining about the call, forgets that a runner's coming home from third. I mean, that's a huge mistake by Budo, an even worse call. Mets down 3-0. They show fight. And then, listen, when you got the heart of the order up in the 10th inning and you do not score the automatic runner at second with Juan Soto, it's going to happen. Obviously, with Pete Alonso, you're not going to bunt there, but Pete's got to get him over. And then Winker's got to get him home. This was the Mets' C lineup today, and I think people got to realize that. I get it's frustrating, but a day game after a night game, sometimes guys need days off. Vientos probably needed a mental day. Sanger starting day game after night game. Torrens ended up coming in for him later in the game, but this was the Mets' B lineup out there, really their C lineup, and you're going to see their A/B lineup very soon. So I wouldn't stress too much. Obviously, this is a frustrating loss. I was mad that they lost today. You got to beat the Twins. The Twins aren't very good. Twins aren't bad. This is an embarrassing series loss. You lose a series to the Marlins, that's more embarrassing. This was not embarrassing by the Mets. They're throwing out, a bullpen game today with Griffin Canning getting pushed back because of an illness. So you knew this was going to be an uphill battle, but the lineup just didn't have it. Soto goes 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. He came up in a big spot, didn't come through. Can't hate on him too much. He just homered in back-to-back days, but you'd love for him to come through with runners in scoring position, which he hasn't done a lot of so far. Winker in the end there didn't come through, but Winker had a 2-hit day. You can't get mad at him. Luis Angel Acuna, a couple of great plays defensively, and then a couple plays where, he wasn't at second base, covering the bag there, which was a little bizarre. This was a very weird game. There were a lot of things to get mad at. Then you got happy. It was a very roller coaster ride in this Mets loss. But in the end, they lose 4-3. They fall to 11-7. Still for now in first place in the NL East. And you lose a series to the Twins. The good thing that came out of it is Justin Hagenman, and you love to see his family and the celebration from his family. They show the emotions of the family. This is a guy that has been in the minor leagues a very long time. And he's from Voorhees, New Jersey, close to where I'm living right now. And a great story. 3 1/3 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 4 Ks. He left the game. There was no runs on the board. Bullpen gives up a run. And, the bullpen was not as stellar as they usually are today. But eventually, they're going to give up runs. It happens. And, he had 4 strikeouts. I thought Hagenman did a really good job in relief for Huascar Brazoban. And the Mets offense, that's who gets the blame in today's loss. The offense didn't do enough. But Hagenman was a nice story. Now, why Hageman's up? Griffin Canning pushed back for an illness. He'll probably start either tomorrow or Friday. So the Mets now won't need that 6th starter, which we thought they would need going to the week. Because of certain rules, they are allowed to call Kranick back up. Kranick gets down, Brazoban up. Siri tomorrow will go to the IL. Kranick will likely get called back up. So it's very confusing. McNeil and Alvarez, I assume to be coming back here at some point soon. Let's get into that. First off, Alvarez, got hit in the hand on the hand he had surgery on. I mean, this guy cannot avoid either getting hit by bat, getting hit by balls. It's unbelievable with Francisco Alvarez. So my guess is he's not back this weekend. My guess is McNeil maybe is not back this weekend either. Maybe they do it Saturday or Sunday. My philosophy is, hey, do it at the start of a series maybe, not in the middle of it. But my guess now would maybe as we see them Monday against the Phillies. But we'll see how the Mets want to play this and how much more reps they want to get these guys. But Alvarez is okay. He will start from Binghamton AA tonight. Jeff McNeil in Port St. Lucie is going to play center field. And we saw this. He's going to get reps in center field. And this is very intriguing. Listen, Jeff McNeil's not a center fielder. I don't see him playing in center field. And let us know in the comments what you think about Jeff McNeil, the center fielder. I don't see this working out well. Athletically, I just don't see him having success there. I think he's been solid as a corner outfielder, but corner outfield is much different than playing center field. Daniel Murphy played corner outfield at one point. If you put Daniel Murphy in center field, it would be a tragedy. There's certain guys, their body, their frame, the way they play, their style. Jeff McNeil's just not a center fielder. I'm fine with them giving him reps in single A. Those games don't matter. But if the Mets are serious about McNeil playing center field in the big leagues, that concerns me a little bit. Not saying he can't do it. I'm sure he'll be fine. But if you want the best defensive center fielder, and I get wanting McNeil's bat in the lineup with Luis Angel Acuna, who has been hot this last week and is clearly the guy over Brett Beatty that's going to stick. You saw him steal. You saw him play great defense with a couple diving plays today. This is Acuna's spot. Beatty's probably to be gone, but I'm not in love with McNeil in center. Now, the Mets feel weird, I guess, giving Acuna reps during the season at center field. He's played 38 games in the minors. Jeff McNeil only played 16 innings in his career in center field in the minors. So a bit of a sample size difference there. But in my opinion, Acuna, athletically, just his style, the way he plays defense, I see him playing as a better center fielder despite being a smaller guy than Jeff McNeil. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you want to see McNeil in center field? Do you want to see this trial in the big leagues? Or is this just something the Mets are trying out in the minors and going from there? But it's going to be a very intriguing case. What happens here? Now, Beatty had a couple hits today. I still expect him to probably be the short end of the stick here. He didn't do more than Luis Angel Acuna. I see Acuna sticking. I see them calling up Azakar. I see, you're going to need another center fielder this weekend. Is Taylor playing every day? Taylor just does not do enough. We say it every day. He doesn't do enough offensively. So my thought is Azakar probably gets the call up. Drew Gilbert not ready yet. We see McNeil. We see Alvarez. We see Azakar. We see Kranick back up here. Sear to the IL. Canning starts this weekend. And a packed house at Citi Field this weekend. 79 degrees and sunny for the 4 o'clock game. Obviously, the Knicks are on at 6, which I'm pissed about. It's during the Met game. But perfect weather. Mets playing pretty good baseball outside of this series. I expect the ballpark to be packed. Some good promotions as well this weekend. So we'll talk about that on tomorrow's show. But reinforcements are coming. And despite this loss and the frustrations with it, we're not going to see a bottom of the order with Taylor, Sanger, Beatty, Acuna. We're going to see McNeil. We're going to see Alvarez. We might see some Azakar. We might see some Acuna and McNeil in the same lineup. But listen, Taylor can't play every day. You can't put him out there every day. He's not a bad player, but he does not do enough for this Mets lineup to get that excited. And they got to get more than outside Alonso. This has been the New York Pete Alonsos right now. Jesse Winker's not doing a lot. Marte's not doing a lot. Nimmo's hitting 203. Taylor's hitting 163. Beatty's hitting 175. Soto's hitting 231. Lindor's hitting 239. This lineup's got to be better. You're coming home. The weather's warming up. Start hitting the freaking baseball. I know the Mets have it, and we should be positive about this Mets team because they're getting help soon. In the words of Mrs. Doubtfire, help is on the way. And this is Mets Daily. I'm your host, Jake Brown, at Jake Brown Radio. Follow me on all social media at Jake Brown Radio. Subscribe to my YouTube at Jake Brown Radio. Shout out to Fan Arch. Smash that thumbs up. Comment below. What do you think of the loss today? What do you think of the series ahead? Reinforcements. Acuna, what do you think? We should have a guest on tomorrow's show. Guests have been great so far, so we appreciate the support so far. Keep sharing Mets Daily, please, on all your social media channels. Show some love, show some support. We're starting memberships soon, but it's a free channel. We appreciate it. We're here every day. I'm grinding. Still day 10 of my ear clock. Still powering through to talk Mets baseball. We all love the New York Mets if you're watching this. And if you don't love, we love the haters too. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. 4-game series against the Cardinals. Again, Mets lose to the Twins, but reinforcements on the way. Get excited about that. And a big 7-game homestand coming to Queens. We'll talk all about it right here on Mets Daily. Thanks for watching, everyone.